you can just customize the world. I think learning to live in this world has to do with finding ways to be satisfied yourself, but to also compromise and to learn how to allow other people to be satisfied. And almost more than that, to help other people be satisfied. Customizing your own little fantasy world doesn't feel to me like what we're supposed to do here in this life.
But I do think you have to curate it. Otherwise, too much trash may come through.
Well, yeah, but how do you curate it? Who gets to police that? You know, you're talking about setting up the same kind of boundaries that used to exist. We'll go through distribution channels.
That's not what I mean by curating. I am interested in language. I find who teach it the best and who take the shortest amount of time, how much I can learn. I have a playlist. I listen to these people because after watching 1 or 2 episodes, I know they know what they're talking about. So I create it for myself. But some people may be interested in the trash that is out there. That's their problem.
I don't think it ultimately is their problem. There's a limit. Like, freedom is a wonderful thing. Diversity is a wonderful thing. But there also has to be some morality that pulls it back. And unfortunately, you just can't legislate morality.
No.
When morality starts to fall apart, there does have to be legislation that steps in and at least keeps people.
It's like a country. They has to go through hardships in order to grow and then to try things out and see what works and what doesn't work. And I think the internet will be this way. Hello?
Yeah, you know, your point is well taken, because probably when printing presses started, somebody had to have said, how are we ever going to regulate this?
Yes.
People can print whatever
But they want.
How are we going to keep this from being all over? I guess, though, the difference is that with the printing press, whatever some lunatic printed somewhere wasn't immediately in the hands of a child
True.
thousands of miles away. And that's the difficulty. So I agree with you. Eventually, given enough time, we will figure out how to
Police
make
it.
the internet less of a Wild West and more of a civilized place to be. But the problem is the issues are so immediate. It's not like we have hundreds of years to figure it out the way we did.
The printing press.
Time crunch is much larger. And, you know, now you see, you're asking, like, why do you see all these shootings? Why are these shootings coming more and more frequently? Guess what? In the past, when a shooting like that happened, only people who could read
knows about it.
And heard about it and saw the full dimensions of it, right? Like, even if somebody did report on something like what happened with the nightclub in France or something, they'd have been very careful about how they reported it.
Exactly.
Now you've got like
the internet.
7 different angles on it.
Yeah.
And you've actually got people out there saying this was a good thing. Like, this is what should happen. Death to America, you know, like that kind of stuff. And so the lunatics in the world who all have internet get access to that stuff, and they say how effective this was, and look at how they made this something that was really significant and impactful. How can I do that? How can I take my own personal sickness and
spread it to mess with the formula?
On the other hand, things get way too crazy. You know,
True.
You get everybody thinks that their opinion